Fit, and today we continue our series on our chakras using the Lifepro vibration plates. So I hope you have enjoyed the series so far. As always, everything is recorded, so if you missed it, you can catch up on the whole chakra system. We worked on the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, and this week is all about the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is called the Vishuddha chakra. And I'll be sharing today, the information today will just be kind of educational about the chakra, particularly, and I'll go over some of the poses that help to balance, to help heal the chakra. And on Wednesday, we'll have a practice. Now, I know a lot of Lifepro friends and family who have vibration plates can't always stand on the platforms or get down on the floor. So I'm going to start this discussion, this educational piece, sitting on a chair. So if you have your Lifepro platform, whichever one you have is, I always tell you, anything you have is the perfect platform. So go ahead and place your platform on. And I have the mini waiver here, which is one of two platforms that I own. And I am just going to put it on. And I've got it on about, I've got it in program 4, by the way, because I'm sitting down here on this particular platform. So I've got a lot of vibration going, and I'll explain why later. So if you're new to the platforms, we suggest that you start with very low levels of vibration and get used to it, because there's some amazing benefits that the platforms will give you just by sitting here with your feet on the platform. And we want you to start slow and work your way up with time and positioning on the platform. So I'll continue to talk a little bit about the platform while I share information with you about the Vishuddha, the heart chakra. For the practice today, or for the instructional pieces, you will need a blanket if you're going to be joining me on the platform itself or on the floor. But most of the things I'm going to be doing, you'll be sitting down here today. Now, Vishuddha, what that means is pure amidst all impurities. And the chakra itself is located, like I said, right in the throat area, right between the collarbones. And you can see I am dressed in blue today. Every week I've been trying to wear the colors of the chakra. So the color of the throat chakra is cyan or light blue. Now, our chakras are basically energy systems. We're all made of energy, and that's why it's so wonderful to be practicing yoga of any kind on a vibration platform to move energy in the chakras. The focus of this particular chakra, the throat chakra, is all aspects of communication. And self-expression basically is what we're talking about here. Communicating how you think, how you feel. And right now you can feel the vibration of this platform moving through your system. Another focus of this chakra is creativity. It's also the balance of silence and sound. Vibration of sound. And what I love about being on the platform, especially if you are able to stand on it, or if you put your hands on your knees, just like I'm doing right now, you can maybe hear my voice change a little bit. So I'm moving the energy from the platform, from my feet, from my knees, all the way to my shoulders, up across my shoulders to my collarbones, my neck, all the way to the top of the head. So as we have these wheels of energy, these chakras that move from the root chakra all the way to the crown of the head, they spin in various directions depending on the chakra and depending on if you're a woman or a man. And each chakra emits and receives energy. Now the whole problem happens when any of the chakras are out of balance. You can't receive energy or you can't emit it. So we use all these different things I'm going to tell you about to help balance your chakras. Now, as I said, the color blue, wearing blue will help you to work on balancing your chakra. The element of the chakra is sound, ether, space. So we'll be chanting a sound momentarily to help you to open your throat chakra. So speaking of opening and chanting, go ahead and type in the chat box and let me know where you are from and what vibration plate you have, if you have any questions about any of the chakras I've talked about so far, if you're dealing with any imbalances. To go further on to help with the healing of this chakra, we also will use gemstones or mineral spirits, we call them. And you can see right now, I'm going to stand really close here. I'm wearing my turquoise necklace. You know, I'm here in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, and I've been here for years, over 24 years now, 20 of them part-time, the last 4 full-time. So I've got quite a collection of turquoise. So that's one of the wonderful gems or mineral spirits you can wear specifically around your neck to help with the balancing of the chakra. How do you know if your chakra is out of balance? Well, first of all, you know it is maybe out of balance if you're a person that tends to dominate the conversation, you have a difficulty listening and you are talking over people, if you have very high opinions, strong opinions about things, and this is not good or bad, this is just an overactive chakra. Other ways that it's out of balance or a little overactive is if you have, you tend to gossip a little more than others, you know, talking about things, talking about people, a little more gossip. You know, that's when you're kind of out of balance with your chakra. Another physical aspect of the chakra imbalance is that you tend to have a lot of neck problems. And today I will be sharing a little practice on how to release your neck. So that will be helpful to you right off the get-go. Now, if your chakra is very inactive, you have this feeling of never being heard, that you're not acknowledged for when you do speak. Maybe you're very shy, very timid. You're afraid of actually speaking. And maybe you're always asking yourself, why am I not being heard? Why is no one listening to me? So that's when you know your throat chakra is very inactive. And our goal is to try to balance chakras. And let me tell you right now, this will be a relief for many of us. The chakras are always kind of in balance, out of balance, and we can always become aware of that in our daily focus, our daily practice, our meditation. You know, when you're feeling, you can feel a gut feeling, or your heartache, or a throat neck ache. You know that there's some energy in your body that's out of sync. And again, standing on a platform will move that energy around automatically. So that will help move the chakras. Now I'm holding a bottle of essential oil. There are several oils that are helpful to balance your chakras. And I happen to have lavender here right now, and I'm just gonna take a nice big inhalation of lavender. So that is one of many of the chakra oils you can use. Other oils that are helpful are sage, cypress, jasmine, tea tree oil, sandalwood. So those are some of the other oils you can use to help. And you can use those oils just simply by inhalation of them, or placing a drop and place it right over the throat chakra and just roll that around in the chakra area. Now, as I said, I have turquoise on. That's only one of the gem or mineral spirits. Other stones that are helpful are sodalite, lapis, amazite, what else? So like turquoise, lapis, and turquoise. So there are several stones that are very helpful. You can wear them, you can just hold them, you can have them near you. You can put them near that chakra area and just kind of hold them and let the energy of the stone while you're on your platform move that energy of your chakra. Now, as I said, the element of the chakra is sound. So each one of our chakras has a different seed sound. It's a bija, it's called. And this chakra has two different words that we can use. The first one is R-A-M, Ram, and the second one is H-U-M or H-A-M, hum. So if you will join me in saying this or expressing this seed sound, we'll take our hands into a mudra before we start. So we're going to take our hands, we're going to interlace all of our fingers just at the first joint, second joint, and then the thumb, and I'll come up close so you can see this. So this is the Vishuddha mudra. So we're going to take this Vishuddha mudra and we'll just place our hands on our lap, or we can place it on our near our belly. You'll take a deep breath in with me, and we're going to sing out the word Ram. So an inhalation, Ram. So that is one of the sounds, and you can repeat that several times in different pitches, and they see if that kind of moved any energy in your throat. The next one is hum. Take an inhalation. Now you can probably have heard the difference between Ram and hum for me. So Ram seemed very deep and it felt like a lot more vibration for me. Hum kind of just was more calming. So I think if I wanted to really move energy, Ram would be the one for me to say. And you, in any of these seed sounds, you want to repeat this several times over and over. And you can do it out loud and just make that energy, that move through space. A little tidbit, because I've never shared this before, so I'm excited to tell you about the reason I'm doing these hand mudras. Each finger represents something. So our thumbs represent the element fire. Our index fingers represent air. Our middle fingers are space. I'm sorry, the index finger is earth. The middle finger is space, the ring finger, air, and the little finger, water. So each finger is an element of the earth, and when we touch them together, they make connections with those elements. Just a little side note. So there's so much to know about chakras. I mean, you could just constantly study them, and you'll learn more information. But hopefully some of these things I'm sharing resonate with you. Now, in terms of mantra, each chakra has a mantra. This one is probably obvious. It is the two words, I speak. So when you're working on balancing the chakra, you can create that mantra, I speak my truth. I speak freely. I speak openly. I am open to speak my truth. I release all fear of speaking. But I speak is what you want to put out there, that intention. Now, there are several foods, just like essential oils, just like mineral spirits. There are foods that can help balance the chakra. And anything purple grapes, plums, purple carrots. Yes, there's purple carrots out there, purple cauliflower, goji berries, blueberries, blackberries. So any of those foods will help balance your chakras as well. And let's see what else. Now, let me talk about the focus I told you of, the energetic focus of communication. The physical focus in your throat chakra is obviously this area. Our gland, our hypothalamus gland, our neck muscles, our jaw, our lungs, our vocal cords, and any of the neck muscles, the cervical spine. This is all the focus physically. So we use asanas, yoga postures to balance those out. So today I'm going to share with you a few of the asanas, and you can do these seated or on the platform or on the chair. So I'm going to do a couple of them seated. Now I'll take my platform, and it's probably just about, I'm going to move it to the side. And I'm going to move my chair to the side so you can see me in this position. And let me grab a hair tie so I could get my hair out of the way. So you're seated on your platform, and we're going to take a few neck rolls. So hands can be on your thighs and drop your chin to your chest. Take an inhale and open up the back of the throat. And exhale, take the ear to the shoulder. Gently, carefully let the chin lift up. You're opening your throat. Ear to the other shoulder and down. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale here. Chin up. And exhale around. You may want to even add that sound of ram. Inhale. Ram. And now reverse it. Inhale. Exhale. And I'm going to use the word hum. Hum. Repeat that circle. Hum. One more time, that circle in the other direction. So, did you feel a difference when you chanted the word instead of just breathing? It makes a different opening of the throat. Isn't that cool? Okay. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace. This is our version. If you're seated in a chair, it's going to be our version of fish pose. I'm taking my hands behind my back. Oh, my platform shut off, so I'm going to turn it on again. And I am going to start with a level of about 10 now, because I really want to move energy up. Hands behind, I'm pushing my knuckles in to my lower back. I'm pulling my elbows back. I'm going to lift my chest and lift my chin. On an exhale, press down all the way and open up. So this is our version of Camel Pose. I showed another version of it last week to open the heart. So breathe in and breathe out here. Release. If that's too much on your neck, take your hands behind your neck, elbows come in, and then support your neck. Open up the elbows, feel the collarbones lifting the chin. I want to be very careful if you have any cervical spine issues that you're not throwing your head back. It's lifting up is what we're looking for. So those are just 2 versions of opening up your throat chakra in that posture. Now, if you're going into if you're able to come onto your knees, we'll just put that blanket on. Now, I have this on 10, so it's really vibrating a lot. You can see my toes are curled under. I'm going to put my hands on my lower back. I did this last week. We're lifting the heart. We're taking our version of camel here, and instead of doing a big back bend, I'm going to pull my knuckles down and gaze up. And this is my version of Camel Pose this time. Some of you who might be able to do this, you can sit on your knees or on your shins, and you're going to be jiggling all over the place, which is awesome. You can feel the energy moving, and you can just place your hands back here and pick up your head. So this is another version of our Camel Pose where we're just lifting up. It's very subtle, but again, our opening of our throat. Now, for those of you that can come down to the floor, join me on this next posture. I want to show you this. We're going to go into a reverse table pose. So I'm going to sit on the platform. I'm going to take my elbows back. And many of the chakras share some of the same postures. We do this to open up into the solar plexus, the heart, and the throat. So depending on what your intention is. My legs are straight. My elbows are rolling back. I'm lifting my collarbones up, and my eyes are to the sky. Taking a big breath in and out. Hear that sound of the breath, or hear your seed sound. It makes a difference when you change the posture and go into the asana. Now, lastly, the pose that I'd like to also share is a supported fish pose. Now, I'm going to take my blankets and I'm going to place it with enough back support that the platform isn't going to bother my lower back. And I'm going to roll back down. I'm taking my hands behind my head. Now, again, I'm on a 10 vibration here. So I purposely did that higher vibration because I want that platform to lift up into the back of my shoulder blades and push up the energy. And I'm placing my hand here just so my head doesn't bounce a lot. I'm holding my head and I'm going to let the elbows open wide and the throat opens up. And we'll take a nice deep breath in. And we can stick our tongue out into a lion's breath, and it looks like this. And you do that 3 times. It's a funny kind of breathing. Inhale, and you stick the tongue out. And one more time, I'm kind of laughing when I do it. It makes me laugh. Inhale, stick your tongue out. And release. Pick your head up, grab onto a knee, and come up. All right, so I'm going to sit back on my chair and close this practice, or close this instructional portion. Lion's breath. It's a funny one, and I want to show you all again because this is when you can have fun with your kids and your grandkids, and you won't realize that you're opening your chakra, but lion's breath also helps with halitosis, with bad breath. So if you're dealing with this is a good one to do probably alone. You're going to put your hands either on your thighs. You can make little lion paws, and you can hold on like that. You can see I'm kind of digging into my thighs. And you want to gaze, you're going to lift up your chin. You're going to look kind of at the tip of your nose. I want you to stick out your tongue when you do this. Now, no one's watching you, except you're watching me, and it's going to look kind of silly, but I'm over it. Inhale. Inhale. One more time. Inhale, looking at the tip of your nose. And that's your lion's breath. So, Lifepro family and friends, I want to thank you so much for joining me today as we talk about the Vishuddha chakra, the heart chakra. We want to be able to share, express our feelings and our thoughts with our friends, our loved ones. We want to be able to have creativity and a voice in everything that we say, speak our truth. And if you are not one for chanting and doing those silly sounds and breaths, and I say that lovingly, journal, write, do some writing just to get your thoughts out of your head and express yourself. Maybe do a little bit of painting or craft work. Those are other ways. But also I recommend just sitting on your plate, like if we started our practice, putting your hands on your knees, feel that energy move all the way up from your feet all the way to the crown of your head. I want to thank you so much. I hope you'll join me on Wednesday as we do a practice for the Vishuddha chakra to open it up and to balance it. And until then, Lifepro friends and family, thank you again for joining me. Have a very blessed and safe rest of your day. Namaste.